I'm Aga Kadela, the founder of Coder Woman, and I'm excited to be your guide on this challenge. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Today you're starting a journey into one of the most exciting fields out there, web development. Imagine being able to create websites that people use every day, or even building skills for a new career. If you want to change your career, start freelancing, or learn something useful, this challenge is a great first step. Here's how this 21-day challenge works. You'll be learning by doing. No long, boring lectures. Instead, you will get to build real projects, and I'll be here every step of the way to guide you and keep things simple. And we're going to create something amazing. Your own portfolio website. This isn't just any project. It's something that you can use to show off your skills. By the end of the challenge, you'll have a real, live website you built from scratch. Something you can truly feel proud of. Why a portfolio website? Because it's more than a practice project. It's a way to show what you know and can do. This can be really helpful if you're looking for a new job, freelancing, or just want to show friends and family what you're learning. Having something you created yourself is a huge achievement and can help you stand out. Now let's talk about the skills you learn. Think of these as tools you'll keep using in your coding journey. First, you learn HTML, which lets you structure content on a website. Then we'll dive into CSS, so you can add color, style, and layouts to make your website look great. And finally, JavaScript will help you add interactive features that bring your website to life. Along the way, you'll also learn some extra skills to improve your website. Keeping it fast, making sure it looks good on any screen, and even some basics on helping people find it on Google. At the end, we'll make your website live for the world to see. And that's it. Just by joining this challenge, you've already taken the biggest step. Let's make this journey something you'll remember and create something you're proud of. You've done the hardest part by starting. Now let's build skills that open up new possibilities, boost your confidence, and give you a strong foundation in coding. Are you ready? Let's get started. Hi there. In this video, I'll be sharing some tips to help you learn to code effectively. Here are some things I have learned from my coding journey that can help make your experience easier and more enjoyable. Let's dive in. First tip, don't try to take on too much at once. This is probably the most important advice for learning anything new, especially coding. Trying to learn everything at once can get overwhelming fast. There's a lot of information out there, and it's easy to get frustrated when so much is coming at you. Instead, try focusing on one thing at a time and remember to take breaks. Whether it's going for a quick walk, listening to music, or even taking a shower, giving your brain a break is very helpful. When you come back, you'll feel refreshed and ready to keep going. Now let's talk about distractions, especially your phone. It's so tempting to check social media or answer texts while you're working on a coding project, but coding needs a lot of focus and concentration. Try giving it your full attention to maximize your time. If you need to, consider putting your phone in another room or even turning it off while you're coding. You might also find it helpful to set a specific time each day for coding. During that time, keep distractions away and find a quiet place if you can. You'll be amazed at how much more you can achieve. Next tip. Take your time to go through all the course materials and videos. Everything here has been chosen carefully, so you're only learning what's really important. Follow the lessons step by step and you'll build a strong foundation for coding. Another tip: write the code yourself instead of just watching the videos. It can be easier only to watch what I'm doing, but typing code out yourself makes a big difference. You will understand the code better, remember it longer, and feel more confident. And coding is all about trial and error. Making mistakes is part of every programmer's day-to-day work. You are going to run into errors, and that's totally okay. Each mistake is a chance to learn, so don't be afraid to try things out and see what happens. And here's another big tip: practice, practice, and practice. Coding is a skill that gets better with time and repetition, so try to work on it a little bit every day. The more you code, the more natural it will feel, and you'll be surprised at how quickly your skills grow. There will be times when you don't understand something, and that's normal. Coding can be challenging, and everyone struggles at some point. The most important thing is to stay positive and look for help when you need it. The Coder Woman community is a great place to ask questions, connect, and get support. We are all here to help each other. But before asking for help, try looking up solutions on your own. Googling things is a huge part of being a programmer. It builds your problem-solving skills and helps you become more independent. Remember, coding isn't always easy, and there will be frustrating moments, but it's worth it. Stick with it and don't give up when things get tough. You can absolutely do this. Hard work and dedication will take you far, and soon you'll be creating amazing things. And if you ever need an extra boost, print out the Coder Woman Manifesto. It's full of inspiration to keep you motivated and moving forward. If you find coding challenging, don't worry, everyone learns at their own pace. Don't feel pressured to finish this challenge in 21 days. Take the time you need and remember there's no rush. Learning takes time, and that's perfectly okay. And the last tip: have fun with it. Don't take learning to code too seriously, and don't put too much pressure on yourself. Instead, think of coding as an adventure. Enjoy discovering new things and experimenting. The coding world is full of possibilities, and it's waiting for you to explore it. Hello! In the next few videos, we're diving into the foundations of web development. You will get a clear picture of what web developers do, career paths in the field, and most importantly, how the internet and websites work. Understanding these basics will prepare you to learn coding tools and languages. In the first video, we're exploring the internet itself. You'll learn what is the internet and how does it actually work. Get ready to discover the invisible world of the internet and what's happening behind the scenes. Did you know that over 5.5 billion people use the internet today? That's about 67.5% of the world's population. The internet is a huge part of our lives, and its influence keeps growing. Here's another cool fact. Over 1.9 billion websites are online right now. That's a massive amount of information at our fingertips, and it's easy to see why web development is such an exciting and fast-growing field. Alright, let's dive into what the internet actually is. Most people think of it as a big cloud in the sky where our information is stored. But the reality is a bit different. The internet is actually a massive network of smaller networks, like those in homes, offices, and universities, all connected through physical cables. Some of these cables even run deep under the ocean, connecting entire continents. This global network of fiber optic cables is called the Internet backbone, and it's what makes worldwide communication and access to information possible. This backbone powers everything we do online, from Wi-Fi at home to streaming videos and browsing websites. To see just how vast this network is, check out the global map of submarine cables at submarinecablemap.com. You will see cables connecting countries across the globe. It's an amazing, massive project. Now that we know what the internet is, let's see how it works. How do you browse websites or send messages? To make it happen, we need special computers called servers that store data and keep it available all the time. Then, there are clients, our devices like your computer, phone, or tablet. When you visit a website, your device sends a request to a server. So, next time you're online, remember your device is acting as a client in this huge network. And here's how it works. When you type a website address into your browser, your computer sends a request to a server, which sends back the information needed to load the website. This process is called client-server communication. The content you receive from a website usually includes HTML, CSS, and JavaScript files. We'll be diving into these languages soon, but for now, let's keep exploring how the internet works. By now, you know that servers and clients are essential parts of the internet. But how does a server know what data to send back to your computer? Let's break it down with an example. Imagine you want to visit google.com. You type it into your browser and hit enter. Your browser sends a message to your internet service provider asking, "Hey, I want to see google.com. Can you tell me where it is?" An internet service provider, or ISP, is the company that connects you to the internet. This could be your cable or phone provider. Next, your ISP contacts a special server called a DNS server. Think of the DNS server like your phone's contact list. It helps your browser find websites. The DNS server translates the website name, like google.com, into a unique IP address, which works like a digital phone number for websites, so your computer knows where to find it. With the IP address, your browser can locate the Google server and send a request for data. Your request travels through the internet backbone all the way to the Google server. When the server receives your request, it sends the data back to your computer in tiny pieces. Each part is like a small piece of a puzzle, traveling separately and coming together on your screen to load the full website. So when you type in a website address, your computer goes on quite a journey to find and load that website. The whole process happens so fast that we hardly notice it. It's amazing that our devices can connect to others around the world and bring us the information we want in seconds. Now that you understand the internet's foundation, you are already one step ahead in your web development journey. In the next video, we'll dive into how websites actually work. You will learn how the pieces come together to create the websites we use every day. Then we'll explore the exciting career options in web development. Whether you're thinking about freelancing, joining a tech company, or just building your own projects, there's a place for you in this field. So, let's keep going. Websites are a huge part of our lives. We use them every day to communicate, work, shop, and even relax. But have you ever wondered what makes them work behind the scenes? In this video, we're going to break it all down and make it easy to understand. I will introduce you to the 3 main languages that power almost every website on the internet: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These 3 are the foundation of web development, and by the end, you will know what each one does and why they're important. We'll even take a quick trip back in time to check out the first website ever made. It's super simple compared to what we can create today, but it shows us how far web development has come. And finally, we will talk about the difference between static and dynamic websites. This concept will help you understand how different types of websites work. Ready to get started? Remember when we talked about client-server communication? Whenever you visit a website, your device called the client asks a server for files like index.html, styles.css, and scripts.js. These are the main building blocks of most websites. Each file is written in a different language, doing its own job. Let's look at each one and see how it works to make a website come to life. First up is HTML, or Hypertext Markup Language. Think of HTML as the framework of a house. It's what gives the websites its structure, like walls, floors, and the roof. Without HTML, a website wouldn't have any shape or organization. HTML is what defines things like headings, paragraphs, images, and links. It tells the browser how to display the content and gives the website a solid foundation to build on. Next, we have CSS, or Cascading Style Sheets. If HTML is the skeleton of a website, CSS is what makes it look beautiful and unique. Think of it like the paint, decor, and furniture in a house, giving it color and personality. CSS helps you change colors, fonts, layouts, and more. It takes basic HTML and makes it visually attractive. This makes websites beautiful and enjoyable to explore. And finally, there's JavaScript. This language is like the electricity of a website, adding interactivity and bringing it to life. With JavaScript, you can add animations, create interactive forms, and even build games. JavaScript lets you go beyond a basic website. It makes websites dynamic and engaging for visitors. And don't worry, this challenge will give you a solid foundation of all 3 languages. Now let's see these languages in action on a real website, the Coder Woman website. Look at the content, headings, paragraphs, and images. That's HTML creating the basic structure. Notice the colors, fonts, and layout that make the page look pretty. That's CSS adding personality and style. And finally, see the animated title that changes before your eyes? That's JavaScript. Today we use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript together for web development, but it wasn't always like this. HTML was first created in the early 90s, and CSS and JavaScript were added later to make websites more powerful and interactive. Do you want to know what websites looked like in the past? Let's check out the very first website ever made, launched in 1991. And it's still available online. As you can see, it's super simple. Just a headline, a few paragraphs, and some links. But this basic page changed everything. It showed the world that information could be shared and connected in a whole new way. Since then, web development has changed quickly. Today's websites are beautiful, interactive, and creative, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. With the right skills, you can create websites that engage and inspire others. Okay, now let's go over two main types of websites: static and dynamic. A static website stays the same each time you visit it. It's simpler to build and doesn't change based on user actions. Static websites include portfolio sites and company homepages. While you can add features to make them interactive, the content stays the same for everyone. A dynamic website, on the other hand, is much more interactive. It changes based on who's visiting or their actions on the website. Dynamic websites often use databases and server-side languages like PHP or Python to create unique content on the fly. Take YouTube, for example. Every time you visit, you see different video recommendations based on your watch history and preferences. YouTube servers work constantly to create a personalized experience. Another example is Amazon or any major e-commerce site. Based on your browsing history and location, you will see tailored products, prices, and offers just for you. Different people can see different things. And finally, social media sites like Facebook and Instagram are dynamic too. They are designed to show you content that fits your interests, giving every user a unique experience. Web development is an amazing field with so much room for creativity and innovation. I hope you are feeling inspired to explore and create. Up next, we'll dive into web development career paths and talk about the opportunities available to you. Take a deep breath. You're doing great and there's so much more to discover. Let's keep going. Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you are here. Today, we're exploring web development as a career. What makes it so exciting, how to get started, and the different paths you can take. If you are thinking about working full-time, freelancing, or starting your own tech business, you are in the right place. Let's dive in and see why web development might be the perfect career choice for you. Web development is an amazing field. Imagine a career where you can build things people use every day, solve interesting problems, and even work from anywhere with an internet connection. That's what web development offers, and it's one of the big reasons it's so popular right now. With so many companies moving online, the demand for skilled web developers is huge, and that demand keeps growing. Businesses need talented people to create and update their websites and apps. So if you are ready to learn, there are many opportunities out there. And the best part? Web development is a field open to people from all backgrounds. So even if you're new to tech, this could be a great fit. One of the coolest things about web development is that it's one of the fastest growing careers out there. Demand for web developers is expected to keep growing faster than the average for other careers. This opens up a lot of new jobs, which means stability and security if you choose this path. And by joining this course, you are giving yourself a great start in a field with tons of potential. Keep going, you are on the right path. Alright, let's talk about money. Web development offers great income potential, even for beginners. There are also many opportunities to advance as you gain experience. Right now, the average salary for a web developer in the US is between $80,000 and $100,000 per year. Of course, this can vary based on experience, education, location, and the specific role you take on. To give you a better idea, entry-level roles can start around $50,000. At the same time, experienced or specialized positions can go up to $130,000 or even higher. If you choose a specialization like front-end, back-end, or full-stack development, you will often find that these roles pay even better. So as you gain experience, the potential for higher earnings grows. For more details, I've linked to some resources below where you can check out the latest salary data. Now let's look at the benefits of a career in web development. First, web development gives you a way to use your creativity. As a web developer, you will create something unique and make a real impact with your work. And here's another bonus. Coding skills are transferable. Once you've learned how to code, you can pick up other programming languages or tech skills more easily, opening doors to even more tech roles in the future. Another fantastic thing about web development? Almost every industry needs websites. Tech, finance, retail, education, and more. Whatever you're interested in, there's likely a web development job for you. Web development offers amazing flexibility. You can work as a freelancer, set your own hours, and work from home. And here's another big plus. You don't need a computer science degree to get started. Anyone willing to learn can start a career in web development. This makes it a great option for those looking to switch careers. Of course, there are some challenges too. Web development requires constant learning. There's always something new, which can be exciting but sometimes overwhelming. But remember, every developer, no matter how experienced, is always learning and growing. Taking on new challenges and staying up to date with changes makes this career so interesting. Some projects can also mean long hours, especially when deadlines are coming up. And because it's mostly computer-based, you spend a lot of time sitting, so it's important to take breaks and stay active. It's also important to know that entry-level positions in web development can be very competitive because so many people are entering the field. But don't let that stop you. Building a strong portfolio and keeping your skills sharp will help you stand out in the crowd. Now let's talk for a moment about something close to my heart: women in tech. More women are joining this field every year, which is great, but there's still a gender imbalance. Women hold about 26% of tech roles, which is far less than it should be. And it's a shame because women have unique strengths like creativity, adaptability, attention to detail, and strong communication skills. These qualities can make them excellent programmers. As a coder woman myself, I'm excited to see more women entering the field. So if you are a woman interested in web development, you are not alone. You are part of a growing community that will support you every step of the way. One of the best things about web development is that you can choose a path that fits your skills and interests. There are 3 main areas you can specialize in: front-end, back-end, and full-stack development. Let's walk through each one, and for fun, we'll compare them to superheroes. First, we have front-end developers. These are the Doctor Stranges of web development. Front-end developers create the part of the website you see and use. They design elements like buttons, images, menus, and animations you click on and interact with. To make this happen, front-end developers use 3 main tools: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Many front-end developers also use libraries and frameworks like React or Vue. These tools help them quickly build complex dynamic websites and keep code organized. People use different devices from smartphones to desktops to access websites. So front-end developers create website designs that look good on all types of devices. Responsive design ensures that layouts change to fit any screen size. And they also focus a lot on the user experience, thinking about questions like, is it easy for visitors to find what they need? And does the website load quickly and smoothly? Front-end developers use advanced tools to build websites more easily and to improve their performance. We won't use these tools in this challenge, but it's good to know they exist because they are very important for professional web development. So in short, front-end developers create the part of the website that makes users say, wow. Next, we have backend developers, the Batman of web development. While front-end developers focus on what you see, backend developers handle what's behind the scenes. They make sure that everything on the site works properly, that information is stored securely, and that data flows correctly. Backend developers use programming languages like Python, PHP, or Node.js. Each language has its strengths, and most backend developers focus on mastering one or two of them. They work closely with databases. Think of this as organized storage systems for information. For example, when you log into a website, the system checks your information in a database to verify who you are. Another big part of backend development is creating APIs or application programming interfaces. APIs allow the front-end, what you see, and the backend, the data, to talk to each other. For example, when you add a product to your cart, the API tells the backend to update your cart and sends that information back to the front-end so you can see it. Backend developers focus a lot on security, making sure data is safe and protected from hackers. They also handle servers, which are like special computers that host websites. Backend developers also make sure websites can handle lots of visitors at once without slowing down. They are the hidden protectors, keeping everything works behind the scenes. Finally, we have full-stack developers, the Iron Man of web development. Full-stack developers do a bit of everything. They work on both the front-end and the back-end, making them highly universal. To be a full-stack developer, you need to know the basics of front-end tools like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to create the parts of the website users see and interact with. You will also need back-end skills like how to work with databases and write code to organize and store information. Since they are familiar with both development sides, full-stack developers often set up servers and deploy applications themselves. They are very flexible and can work on any part of the project. So in short, full-stack developers are like superheroes who know how to make a website work from start to finish. Each role in web development, front-end, back-end, and full-stack, has its strength and focus. Web development offers roles for everyone. If you like creating websites, you can focus on front-end development. If you prefer working on the server side, back-end development is for you. And if you enjoy both, full-stack development allows you to do it all. Choose the path that excites you most and start learning the skills to bring that role to life. With web development, you have so many possibilities. And no matter which path you choose, practice is key. Coding is like any skill. The more you practice, the better you will get. Creating projects for your portfolio will help you see your progress and give you something to show potential employers or clients. And by the end of this course, you will have a first project to show off. So now that you know about the different areas of web development, front-end, back-end, and full stack, let's talk about how to get started. Here's a simple roadmap to help you go from beginner to a skilled web developer. First, start with the basics. Learning HTML, CSS, and JavaScript is essential because they are the building blocks of everything you will create on the web. Take time to understand these basics. Okay, now you might be thinking, what if I want to be a backend developer? Why should I learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? Well, learning these basics helps you understand how the front-end works, so you can build better tools that really fit what users need. Plus, it makes working with front-end teams easier and helps you solve problems faster. So even if backend is your goal, starting with this challenge is a great choice. Once you have a good understanding of them, think about which area of web development excites you most. Picking a path early can help you choose the skills and tools that most matter to you. And if you're not sure yet whether you want to focus on front-end, back-end, or full stack, don't worry. There's always time to choose, and starting with the basics gives you a strong foundation for any path you take. And as you keep learning, you will find important tools to make your life easier as a developer. One of the most important is Git, a system that helps you keep track of changes to your code. It's very useful if you need to go back to an earlier version of code or if you work with others. You will also need to learn how to use a code editor. Think of it as your main workspace as a developer. And there's the command line, which allows you to talk directly to your computer. At first, it might feel a bit technical, but learning these tools will help you feel like a pro. And while you are building that foundation, you will also learn some core web fundamentals like how the internet works, HTTP, HTTPS, SEO, web performance, and responsive design. These skills are key for any web developer and will help you understand the big picture of how websites work. And each specialization comes with its own advanced tools and skills that can really improve your knowledge. Don't worry about them just yet. Focus on the basics first, and they will make more sense once you have a solid foundation. Remember, there's always room to grow and develop your skills as you progress. And now comes the fun part, building projects. Real projects are the best way to learn because they give you hands-on experience and help you apply everything you've learned. Plus, every project you complete can go into your portfolio. And start small. A simple website or interactive page is perfect for beginners, and as you get more confident, take on more complex projects. And when you're ready, look for ways to gain real-world experience. Internships are a great choice. You can also take on freelance projects or help with open-source projects where you can work on publicly shared software. These experiences will help you understand how a professional setting works, connect with others in the field, and receive feedback on your code. Finally, when you feel confident in your skills, start applying for jobs. And here's an important tip. You don't need to check every box in a job listing to apply. Many companies look for a solid portfolio and a positive attitude. So even if you don't meet every single requirement, go for it anyway. Keep building your skills and learning something new every day. You never know when the right opportunity will appear. Becoming a web developer is a journey, but each step brings you closer to your goal. So keep practicing, stay curious, and enjoy the process. You've got this. So you've learned about the different web development roles and how to get started. Now let's talk about the different ways you can actually work in this field. The great thing about web development is the flexibility. It's not a one-size-fits-all career. You can take a few different paths depending on your goals, lifestyle, and preferences. First, there's the traditional full-time job. Working full-time for a company offers stability and a regular paycheck. You can also get benefits like health insurance, paid time off, and sometimes retirement plans. Full-time jobs usually require working with a team. This means you will learn from others, work together on projects, and improve your skills in a friendly setting. You will probably have a regular schedule, which provides structure. You might also have opportunities to specialize or move up to higher positions over time. If you like having a routine and enjoy working with others, a full-time job might be a good choice for you. Next, let's talk about freelancing. As a freelancer, you are your own boss, which gives you a lot of freedom. You can set your own hours, choose the projects you want to work on, and decide where to work, at home, in a coffee shop, or while traveling. Freelancing is great if you want flexibility and independence. You will have the opportunity to work on different projects and in various industries, so you won't feel stuck in one place. However, some challenges come with it. Freelancing can be less stable than a full-time job. In some months, you might have many projects to do, while at other times, work may slow down. Since you need to find your own clients, you will also spend time networking, marketing yourself, and managing contracts. If you enjoy having different experiences and want to create your own work-life balance, freelancing could be perfect for you. Another option is contract or part-time work. This setup lets you enjoy the best of both worlds. It is especially helpful if you have other responsibilities or are still developing your skills. Contract roles are similar to full-time jobs. You work for a company, but only for a specific period, usually between 6 months and a year. These roles let you gain real experience without a long-term commitment, and they can sometimes lead to full-time job offers. Part-time jobs are a good choice if you want a stable position but don't want to work full-time hours. This can be a good way to start in web development if you are still learning or want to keep time for other projects. Both contract and part-time work offer flexibility, but also give you the experience of working with a team and on professional projects. And then there's starting your own business. As a web developer, you have the skills to create digital products, apps, websites, or even launch a tech-based service. This path is great if you have a big idea and want the challenge and reward of building something from scratch. Running your own business means you get complete control over the direction of your work. You can set your goals, define your brand, and focus on solving problems that matter to you. But it's important to remember that it can be intense. You need to be ready for challenges and to stay strong when things get tough. You will need to handle many tasks, such as planning your business, marketing, building client relationships, and managing finances. But if you are motivated, creative, and interested in making something unique, starting your own business can be very rewarding. Lastly, let's talk about remote work. Many web development roles, whether full-time, freelance, or contract, can be done remotely. Remote work means you can work from anywhere with an internet connection. Some companies hire teams that work completely remotely, so you could have coworkers from different countries. You may also find hybrid jobs where you work both from home and in an office. Remote work is fantastic if you want a flexible lifestyle, save time on commuting, or even explore living in different places. But remote work has its challenges. It needs clear communication, good time management, and a lot of self-discipline to stay focused without a traditional office. If you like working on your own and value the freedom that comes with it, remote work can help you balance your job with the lifestyle you want. As you can see, web development offers a lot of flexibility in how you work. You can always start in one type of role and switch to another as you grow in your career. The best part is, with web development skills, you have options. And that means you can build a career that fits your life and goals. As you continue learning, remember that progress in web development comes from practice. Celebrate each success, whether it's learning a new trick, building a small project, or adding something to your portfolio. Every step counts. Okay, that's it for now. You've covered a lot and you're doing amazing. Keep up the great work. Your journey in web development is just beginning. So take a break and I'll see you in the next lesson.